The truth no one told you about money, success, and reality. What if everything you believe about money, success, and reality is completely wrong? What if, in fact, the reason money slips through your fingers has nothing to do with your intelligence, effort, or talent, but with how often you're sending it out every day without realizing it? Think about it for a second. You wake up, you work, you study, you strive, but it feels like something invisible is always pulling you back. As if there's a barrier between you and the life you know you could be living. The truth is that this barrier is not outside. It is inside. You're not poor for lack of effort. You're trapped in a vibrational field that keeps you repeating the same cycles. The same bills at the end of the month. The same unexpected events. The same emptiness. This isn't a coincidence. It's a connection. Everything in the universe operates on frequency. This isn't cheap esotericism, it's physics. Tesla knew it. Neville Goddard lived it. Napoleon Hill studied it for decades. Joe Dispenza proved it with neuroscience. And now, it's time for you to experience it in your own reality. What no one tells you is that you're constantly emitting a signal. A signal that the universe hears with absolute precision. And if that signal is misaligned with wealth, money simply won't find its way to you. You may desire wealth with your mind, but if you're vibrating fear, guilt, or insecurity, the universe understands that as a no. As a blockage. That's why so many people are working like never before, and are still stuck as always. But there is a way out. And it's not in the bank, nor in politics, nor in your boss, it's within your energy field. When you begin to align with the frequency of abundance, not just with words, but with thought, feeling, and action, the field begins to reorganize. Imagine for a moment, what if you were already millimeters away from a radical change, and what's missing isn't more effort, but an invisible adjustment? A silent reconfiguration within you? In this video, you'll understand the code Nikola Tesla tried to reveal to the world. You'll meet real people who transformed their lives by shifting their vibration. You'll learn techniques, exercises, and mental codes that can unlock what's invisibly blocking your prosperity. You'll see that there's a turning point. A moment where everything changes. And that this moment doesn't depend on anyone but you. But first of all, you need to make a choice: continue living with the same beliefs that brought you here, or make room for a new reality. If something inside you has awakened, then this channel is for you. We don't just talk theory, here, we experience real transformation. If this resonated with you, subscribe now and walk alongside those who have also chosen to vibrate in abundance. Take a deep breath, and get ready. Because what comes next could turn you inside out. Chapter 1: The Power of Inner Alignment. What if I told you that what's stopping you from thriving isn't the government, your boss, or the crisis, but your own vibration? It may sound strange, but Nikola Tesla believed exactly this. According to him, everything that exists, including money, is made of energy, frequency, and vibration. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And what you are, vibrates. You know those days when everything goes wrong? You wake up late, spill coffee on your clothes, miss the bus, get yelled at work. Now think, what was your internal state that morning? Was it peaceful or filled with anxiety? That vibration spreads like a radio signal, calling for more of the same frequency. On the other hand, there are also days when everything flows. You feel light. People are kind. Money appears in unexpected ways. What's changed? Your energy. And energy changes everything. Consider Marcus, an ordinary Texan who spent years struggling to pay his bills. He worked hard, but always seemed to be sinking. One day, he heard about the idea of abundance frequency and decided to give it a try. For a month, he would wake up early, take a deep breath, and write down 3 things he was grateful for. At the end of the month, he received a job offer that doubled his salary. Coincidence? Perhaps. But he kept going. Today, 3 years later, he has his own company and travels a lot. Then there's Alana, from California. She hated her body, her routine, her job. At a retreat in Joshua Tree, she heard a phrase that changed everything: you can't attract wealth if you hate who you are. Since then, she started affirming herself in the mirror, paying more attention to her diet, and silencing negative thoughts. Within 6 months, she changed careers and became a digital influencer. And with double her salary. Or Jared, an engineer from Colorado. He earned a good living, but was constantly tired, sick, and short on time. A video on vibrational meditation led him to experience something new. He visualized a golden light rising from his head and descending to his feet every night before bed. In less than a year, he began working remotely, gained time with his family, and launched his own online consultancy. These stories are real. And they demonstrate what Tesla tried to tell us: reality is not physical. It is shaped from the inside out. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a transmitter. A vibrational field in constant transmission. So, stay with me in this video. Because in the next chapters, you'll learn how to adjust your internal frequency to get out of scarcity mode and into prosperity mode. No magic. No secrets. Just science, intention, and daily practice. In the next chapter, we'll reveal the invisible error that sabotages your energy every day, and how to eliminate it to make room for abundance. Chapter 2, the invisible error that blocks your prosperity. There's a silent, almost automatic habit that destroys your vibration without you even realizing it. It seems harmless, but it's like a leak that slowly sinks your financial life. And the worst part? Almost everyone does it. This error is the mental repetition of no. It's the constant focus on what's missing. It's complaining disguised as conversation. It's looking at your bank statement and repeating, "I don't have it, I can't afford it, I'll never get it." Every time you think this, you're programming your mind to tune into scarcity. And here's the most important part: your mind is like an antenna. It doesn't transmit what you want. It transmits what you believe. And if you believe you're always lacking, the universe responds with more lacking. Look around. How many people do you know who keep saying, "Life is hard, I can't save money, you'll only get rich with the lottery"? These phrases aren't harmless. They're vibrational commands. And whatever you send out comes back. But how can you change that if the world around you is constantly screaming for scarcity? The answer lies in awareness. What you don't notice controls you. What you notice, you transform. You need to identify the thoughts running in the background, like a hidden app draining your battery. And these kinds of thoughts are everywhere. When you open the fridge and think, "There's nothing good," when you walk into a store and say, "This is too expensive," when you see someone prospering and think, "That will never happen to me." These thoughts not only drain your energy, they reprogram you to continue living the same reality. And here's a truth that might hurt: most people aren't poor for lack of opportunity. They're poor for lack of awareness. And that's not their fault. It's a pattern. An inherited pattern. A repeated pattern. A maintained pattern. But you can break this cycle. You can change the station. You can adjust the frequency. Start by paying attention to the words you repeat most often. What do you say about money? About yourself? About the rich? If you refer to money as a necessary evil, if you believe rich people are greedy, if you feel guilty for wanting more, guess what? Your vibration is rejecting what you want to attract. Tesla said that energy follows a pattern. And patterns can be reconfigured. You don't have to live repeating the reality of your parents, your grandparents, or your neighborhood. The frequency of prosperity already exists. But you need to tune in. And this harmony begins in the way you speak, think, and react to simple everyday situations. The coffee that spills, the bill that arrives, the long line. Do you react with complaint or presence? With anger or awareness? The secret lies there. Not in fancy techniques. Not in secret rituals. But in the daily choice to not reinforce what you no longer want to experience. The truth is that every thought is a prayer. Every word is an affirmation. And every habit is a disguised request. The universe hears what you repeat, even if you don't realize it. In the next chapter, we'll talk about the 3 most common emotional traps that prevent you from maintaining a high vibration and how to escape them before they sabotage everything you try to build. Chapter 3: The Emotional Traps of Scarcity. You can repeat affirmations, light candles, visualize, but if you don't resolve what's stuck inside you, nothing changes. Because there are 3 emotional traps that sabotage your frequency, even when you think you're doing everything right. The first is resentment. Yes, that old hurt you carry from someone who betrayed you, deceived you, or made you feel small. Even if you think you've gotten over it, if there's still a knot in your chest when you think about it, it's a sign that that vibration is still active. And as long as it's active, it traps you in a cycle of resistance. Resistance attracts blockages. The second is the feeling of unworthiness. That voice that says, "This isn't for me, I don't deserve it, I'll never get there." Often, this belief stems from childhood. Maybe someone told you that money doesn't grow on trees, or that people like you don't get rich. These phrases become emotional roots that sabotage your efforts. And the worst part? You don't even realize you're repeating these beliefs all the time. The third trap is clinging to a scarcity identity. It's when you get so used to the pain, the drama, the difficulty, that you unconsciously fear letting go of it all. Because, deep down, you don't know who you would be without the problem. Some people even say they want to change, but when the opportunity arises, they sabotage it. They miss the deadline. They forget the meeting. They make excuses. Because the pain has become their comfort zone. These 3 traps are like emotional anchors. You try to navigate toward abundance, but something pulls you back. Every time. And you think it's bad luck, when, in fact, it's an excess of vibrational garbage. But there is a way to release these anchors. It starts with a simple act: awareness. Stop right now and ask yourself, which of these traps are you trapped in? Do you hold grudges? Do you believe, deep down, that you don't deserve it? Are you attached to that "I was born this way" narrative? If the answer is yes to any of these questions, you're not broken. You're just stuck in a cycle that isn't yours. A cycle you learned, inherited, or absorbed. But one that can be broken. When you decide to let go of what weighs you down, your frequency rises. And when your frequency rises, reality responds. It's like changing the radio station. The music changes. The message changes. The opportunities change. Alana, whom we met earlier, only managed to turn her life around when she forgave her ex who cheated on her. Marcus took off when he stopped seeing himself as the broken guy next door. Jared began to thrive when he let go of the guilt of not following the traditional career path. You can't carry wealth with a heavy heart. Abundance doesn't flourish in bitter soil. It needs space, lightness, emotional liberation. And it doesn't have to be difficult. The first step is admitting it. The second is choosing differently. Because you are not your past. You are not your pain. You are what you choose to vibrate from now on. If you felt this content spoke directly to you, then that's already a sign. A sign that you're ready to take the next step. And if you believe this transformation is real, that it's possible to vibrate differently and live better, then you're not alone. Like this video and subscribe to the channel now, because those on this journey of awakening know, shared prosperity multiplies. In the next chapter, you will discover how the law of vibration affects your body, your home, and even your simplest decisions, and how to align all of this with the frequency of money. Chapter 4: Everything Vibrates. What your body and your home are telling you about your frequency. You may try to hide your feelings, disguise your energy with smiles or positive words, but your body and your environment never lie. Everything around you is sending out signals, and if you pay attention, you'll realize that your vibration is imprinted on every detail of your life. Let's start with your body. How do you wake up every day? Tired? Heavy? Anxious? Your physical state is a reflection of the internal frequency you carry. The body is the first antenna. If it's tense, sluggish, sick, or exhausted, there's no point in trying to attract prosperity with pretty affirmations. The signal is scrambled. You know that tightness in your chest? That lump in your throat? That headache that comes on for no reason? These are forms of energetic resistance. Signs that your vibrational field is misaligned with what you desire. Now think about your home. The place where you live resonates with you. Is it messy? Full of things you don't use? No light? No plants? No music? These all communicate scarcity. Homes that vibrate with abundance are organized, airy, and intentional. They don't need to be luxurious, but they do reflect care. Have you ever walked into a room and felt immediate discomfort, even without knowing why? This is vibrational reading. Your field captured something your eyes didn't see. And most importantly, your home works the same way. What's stagnant, old, broken, stagnates. And stagnation blocks flow. Tesla believed that everything vibrates. And this includes objects, thoughts, words, and decisions. Nothing is neutral. Everything vibrates and everything influences. Now look at your daily choices. What do you eat? Who do you hang out with? What do you consume online? Small decisions, repeated every day, build your vibrational field. And this field shapes your reality. You may say you want to prosper, but if you spend hours watching tragedy on the news, fighting on social media, eating mindlessly, and repeating self-destructive patterns, your vibration is saying something else. And the universe responds to vibration, not speech. Here's a little talked about secret: prosperity doesn't start in your bank account. It starts with what you tolerate. It starts with what you allow around you. It starts with what you pretend not to see. Do you have clothes you keep but never wear? Are there broken objects you've grown accustomed to ignoring? Are there corners of your house you avoid looking at? These all dense energy. And stagnant energy equals stagnant money. Likewise, your body needs movement. It needs water. It needs breathing. It needs presence. If you want to attract wealth, your body needs to vibrate as if it's ready to receive it. Posture, breathing, care. It all counts. And it's not about perfection. It's about intention. In the next chapter, you'll understand how to create an external environment that reflects your new vibrational field and how this practically activates the law of financial attraction in your daily life. Chapter 5: How to prepare your environment for the wealth frequency. Have you ever noticed how certain places make you feel lighter, more creative, and even more confident? This is no coincidence. Your environment directly influences your vibration. And your vibration determines what you attract. Many people want to change their lives, but live surrounded by disorder, distractions, and stagnant energy. Cluttered homes, disorganized desks, overflowing drawers. All of this blocks the flow. Prosperity doesn't manifest amidst chaos. It requires clarity, space, and intention. Now look around you. What about the place where you spend most of your time? Your bedroom? Your desk? Your bathroom? If you want to align your life with the frequency of wealth, your environment needs to vibrate in that same direction. And no, you don't need a big or expensive house. You need a conscious home. Every object has a vibration. What's broken and used or forgotten pulls your energy back. What you keep just for the sake of keeping communicates scarcity. And every time you come into contact with these things, your vibrational field is affected. Now, think about abundance. How would it feel? Pleasant scents. Natural light. Space to breathe. Vivid flowers. Colors that inspire. Sounds that uplift. Comfortable pillows. Pictures with positive messages. All of this tells your brain, I am cared for, I am worthy, I am ready. That's why transformation begins in the details. In the dirty glass you wash mindfully. In the bed you make in the morning with intention. In the corner of the house, you decide to reorganize instead of ignoring. Every physical action activates an energetic response. Want to see how this works? Here's how. Practical exercise, vibrational cleansing ritual, in 3 steps. 1. Choose a room where you feel stuck. It could be where you sleep, work, or spend the most time. 2. Get rid of everything you haven't used in over a year. No exceptions. Donate, discard, or recycle. Give stagnant energy a new purpose. 3. Clear the space calmly. Put on some soft music, light a candle, or incense if you like. Finally, say out loud, "This space now vibrates with abundance. I am ready to welcome the new." Sounds simple? It is. But the impact is profound. Because by doing so, you're telling the universe that you have space for what you're asking for. You're showing, in a practical way, that you're vibrating at a different frequency. And the universe responds. Tesla said that empty space isn't empty. It's full of possibilities. But you have to make room for those possibilities to manifest. Don't neglect your environment. It's a mirror of your inner self. If everything around you is disorganized, rushed, and stuffy, something inside you is the same way. And most importantly, this isn't about aesthetics. It's about energy. The size or value of objects doesn't matter. What matters is the energy you imbue into each corner. When you clean your home with intention, you clear your mind. When you organize your environment, you open pathways. When you carefully choose each thing around you, the universe responds in kind. The good news? You can start today. Without spending a thing. Just with intention, attention, and action. In the next chapter, we'll talk about the 3 silent mistakes that are killing your vibration even when you're trying to manifest, and how to fix them immediately to unlock prosperity. Chapter 6: The 3 mistakes that nullify your manifestation. Many people study, apply techniques, visualize, repeat affirmations, but still, nothing changes. Abundance doesn't arrive. Money remains scarce. Opportunities seem to slip away. And this leads to frustration, doubt, and even giving up. But the problem may not lie in the technique. Instead, it lies in 3 silent mistakes that sabotage your vibration without you even realizing it. 3 mistakes that, when combined, completely nullify the signal you're trying to send. The first mistake is vibrational contradiction. You say you want to prosper, but act as if it's impossible. You talk about abundance, but feel fear when opening your statement. You ask for more clients, but vibrate anxiety and scarcity all the time. The universe doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you emit. This misalignment creates a short circuit. It's like trying to tune a radio station while turning the knob every which way. Nothing comes through clearly. Everything becomes noise. The second mistake is immediacy. You meditate today and expect a miracle tomorrow. You start practicing gratitude, but after 3 days, you give up because nothing happened. Immediacy breeds frustration. And frustration lowers your vibration. The vibrational field needs consistency. It needs repetition. It needs time. It's not about doing it once and expecting everything to change. It's about becoming the vibration of what you want until reality catches up. The third mistake is focusing more on lack than on creation. This happens when you visualize what you want, but deep down, you're reinforcing that you don't have it yet. You look at a dream car and feel pain because you can't afford it yet. You imagine a new house and feel frustrated because your current one is too small. You talk about prosperity with a lump in your throat. And this is the most dangerous mistake. Because you believe you're manifesting, but you're vibrating absence. You're focusing on the lack, and where the attention goes, the energy goes. The key here is simple but powerful. You need to feel as if you're already living the reality you desire. Even if it hasn't arrived yet. This isn't about denying reality. It's about choosing which reality you're feeding with your energy. It's about vibrating toward the future, not remaining stuck in the present of scarcity. Tesla said that everything is frequency. And frequency is determined by the emotional field you activate. Emotions of fear, haste, and frustration put you in a frequency of blockage. Emotions of trust, gratitude, and presence put you in a frequency of flow. So the question is, what are you feeding into your vibrational field every day? Talking is easy. But vibrating differently requires presence. It requires decision. It requires awareness of every choice, every thought, every reaction. In the next chapter, we'll dive into a little-known practice from Nikola Tesla, a simple yet extremely powerful code he used to align energy and manifestation, the 3, 6, and 9 sequence, and how you can apply it to your life, even today. Chapter 7, the 369 Code and the Ritual of Vibrational Manifestation. Nikola Tesla said, "If you knew the magnificence of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you would have the key to the universe." This oft-quoted phrase carries more than mystery. It carries a vibrational code, an energetic map that can completely change the way you manifest your desires. But what's so special about these numbers? In mathematics, geometry, and nature, the numbers 3, 6, and 9 appear repeatedly in patterns that organize all that exists. The number 3 represents creation, 6, balance, and 9, manifestation. They are key frequencies within the energetic universe. Tesla believed these numbers weren't just mathematical concepts, they were vibrational keys. And when applied with intention, they could amplify the energy we emit. Now, here's something powerful. When you combine these numbers with the power of intention, you create an aligned energetic sequence. And that's what we're going to do now. Practical exercise, 369 technique for energy manifestation. 1. Morning, 3 minutes as soon as you wake up, write the phrase you want to manifest 3 times, always in the present tense. Example, I am abundant in everything I do. Write with feeling, with intention, and breathe deeply after you finish. 2. Afternoon, 6 times around noon, repeat this phrase out loud or mentally 6 times. But now visualize it as if you were already living this reality. Imagine the colors, the smells, the sounds, the sensations. 3. Night, 9 minutes before bed, meditate for 9 minutes. Sit in silence, close your eyes, and breathe slowly. Visualize your desire being delivered to the universe as a frequency leaving your body and spreading like golden waves. This ritual isn't about magic. It's about vibrational coherence. When you repeat it consistently, you align thought, emotion, and action, and this is the triad that manifests. The mind creates. The heart vibrates. The body executes. When the 3 work together, the universe responds. But be careful, there's no point in doing this exercise as an obligation or expecting immediate results. Energy doesn't respond to haste, it responds to conviction. What matters isn't how many times you repeat the phrase, but how much you believe it while repeating it. Vibration comes from feeling, not from automatic repetition. Tesla saw numbers as energetic portals. And you can transform your routine into a field of manifestation when you activate these sequences with real presence. Imagine applying this technique for 21 days. Every day. Without skipping a beat. Without hesitation. Imagine the field you build. Imagine what can open up for you. And if you still think this is all too symbolic, remember, science has already proven that our thoughts affect the structure of matter. Dr. Masaru Emoto showed how words and intentions alter water molecules. Now imagine what this does to your own body, which is 70% water. Everything vibrates. And everything responds to the vibration you emit. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to deal with doubt and fear, 2 of the biggest thieves of vibrational energy, and how to confront them without losing your manifestation frequency. Chapter 8, How to Align Action and Vibration to Manifest with Power. You can make 1,000 affirmations a day, you can repeat the right mantras, you can even memorize every manifestation book. But if you don't align what you feel with what you do, nothing will happen. It's like trying to listen to a radio station with the volume knob turned down to 0. The signal is there, but you don't resonate with it. And without vibration, there's no real connection with what you desire. The truth is that many people stumble at this point. They think positive thinking is enough, but it's not. Tesla knew this. He said the key is frequency, energy, and vibration. Thinking is just one of the ingredients. Feeling and acting in resonance with this thought is what really activates the quantum field. Let's pause here to remember someone. Remember Chris? That guy who lived in a rundown trailer, with 2 young kids and a job that barely covered the basics. He watched a video like this, and for the first time, he understood that the universe doesn't react to what you want, it reacts to what you vibrate. And what was Chris vibrating? Despair. fear, doubt. So he decided to change. But not with pretty phrases stuck on the mirror. He started taking small, daily actions with intention. Every day, before leaving, he would say to his kids, "Today is a good day to create something amazing." And no matter what reality said otherwise, he felt like he was already changing his life. And the magic? It came with time, because he maintained the frequency. Manifestation isn't magic, it's physical and emotional. You need to feel like you already have what you want, but also act like someone who deserves it. And that takes courage. It's not enough to repeat "I'm prosperous" and continue living like someone afraid to spend. It's not enough to say "I want love" and continue sabotaging yourself in every relationship. Aligning action and vibration is like dancing with the universe. You take a step with your heart, and the universe responds with another. Sometimes slowly, sometimes at the exact pace. But it always responds consistently to the frequency you emit. This brings us to the second example. Meet Lena, a nurse in Seattle. For years, she cared for everyone but herself. Always exhausted, always saying, "One day I will." But she never did. Until one night, after a long shift, she heard something that shook her. You can't ask for miracles while living like someone who doesn't deserve them. It hurt. But it hurt like an awakening. In the following months, Lena began living like someone who already had the life she wanted. She began dressing differently, valuing herself more, frequenting places that elevated her energy. It wasn't about spending money, it was about adjusting her frequency. Today, she leads a wellness program for other women in healthcare who live on autopilot, all because she chose to align intention with action. And now, it's your turn. Exercise 2. Set aside 10 minutes today. Grab a pen and paper and answer the following questions. 1. What are 3 actions you repeat every day that are not aligned with the life you want to have? 2. What new actions would an abundant version of yourself take instead? Don't underestimate this exercise. The clarity it brings can be the trigger for lasting change. Tesla believed that everything in the universe responded to vibration. But he also acted. He studied, tested, created, made mistakes, and returned. The quantum field doesn't just respond to imagination, it responds to aligned movement. Intention without action is just an unfulfilled dream. But when you combine the two, you create a portal to realities that previously seemed impossible. In the next chapter, we will explore how the energetic traumas you carry from childhood are affecting your ability to manifest with clarity and strength. And most importantly, how to release this and make room for the new. Get ready. Chapter 9, How to Release Energetic Traumas and Make Room for Abundance. Have you ever tried to manifest something with all your heart, but it felt like something was pulling you back? Like there was an invisible anchor holding you in place, no matter how much you wanted to change? That's not weakness. It's energetic trauma. Energetic traumas aren't just major painful events. Often, they're small, repeated situations that leave subtle marks: constant criticism, silent rejections, broken promises, lack of affection. And all of this accumulates as blocks in your frequency. They're like corrupted files running in the background, consuming your energy without you realizing it. What happens is that these traumas create beliefs. And these beliefs shape your vibration. If you grew up hearing that money is dirty or wealth isn't for people like us, no matter how hard you try to manifest abundance, your vibrational field will reject it as dangerous or unattainable. Your subconscious will sabotage your manifestation because it was programmed to protect, not to prosper. And here comes the key point: you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you believe is possible. And traumas distort this perception. Let's take the example of Tyler, a young man from Texas. He grew up in an environment where the sight of money was synonymous with fighting. Every time his parents fought, it was over bills. This created an unconscious association in him: money equals conflict. As an adult, even though he landed good jobs, Tyler sabotaged his finances without realizing it. He spent compulsively, missed deadlines, and avoided checking his statement. It was only after understanding this root cause that he began to change. He did mindful breathing sessions, wrote letters. Emotional release is not about forgetting the past, it's about releasing the vibrational weight it still holds over you. And how to do this? 1. Recognize the origin. Whenever you feel a blockage, ask yourself, when was the first time I felt this? Get to the root. 2. Somatic breathing. Lie down, place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen, take a deep breath and imagine that each exhalation takes away a layer of emotional weight. 3. Therapeutic writing. Write to yourself as if you were explaining what happened, but with compassion. This reframes the memory in the vibrational field. For reprogramming affirmation, after the process, repeat phrases like, even though I have lived through this, I choose to free myself now. You don't have to carry these anchors forever. The universe is always ready to deliver something new, but you need to make room for it to enter. Releasing trauma is like opening a window in a dark room. The light was always there, all that was missing was someone opening the curtain. In the next chapter, let's put together everything we've seen so far, and reveal the real reason why Tesla tried to warn us and how that message connects with your life, right now. Chapter 10, Tesla's True Warning and the Hidden Code in His Reality. Have you ever wondered why Nikola Tesla, one of history's greatest geniuses, spent his final years alone, discredited, and nearly forgotten, even after delivering world-changing inventions? The truth is, Tesla wasn't just an inventor, he was a messenger. And the message he tried to deliver was silenced, not with shouts, but with silence. Tesla said that everything in the universe is frequency, energy, and vibration. But he went further. He believed that certain knowledge, if misused, could be dangerous. That's why he spoke in codes. And one of those codes was the warning that many ignored: if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy. But what did he mean by that? He meant that the reality you live in today is not fixed, it is moldable. And the matter that shapes it is not physical, it is vibrational. Everything you attract, repel, or hold is connected to the energy field you yourself emit. Tesla didn't talk about it in spiritual terms, but what he described was precisely what we now call the quantum field. An invisible field where all possibilities already exist, waiting for a matching frequency to manifest. And why is this so important now? Because you're in a moment of awakening. Because you've realized there's something beyond what you've been taught. Because, like Tesla, you also sense there's a hidden code behind reality, and that, somehow, you can access it. This code begins with your vibration. But it doesn't end there. It requires you to take responsibility for what you emit, not just when you're meditating or visualizing, but in every small gesture, thought, and decision of your day. Let's take the example of Jasmine, an art teacher from North Carolina. She always believed she had no way with money. She repeated it like a mantra. Until, on a retreat, she heard something that turned her life around: you are the transmitter and the receiver of what you receive. It made her cry. Deep down, she knew she was always asking for abundance with her mind, but vibrating guilt with her heart. Since then, she began creating art inspired by frequency and color. Today, her works travel the world. Because she understood the code. Tesla's real warning was this: the world does not change from the outside in, it changes from the inside out. And when you ignore your frequency, you live trapped in an invisible cycle of repetition. But when you start to emit consciously, the universe responds. Not like magic, but like an echo. Tesla tried to warn us: we are not victims of chance, we are powerful emitters living under the illusion of impotence. The question is, how long will you ignore this? In the next and final step of this journey, we will conclude everything you have learned here, and give you a real path to continue evolving, manifesting, and vibrating towards the life you deserve. Conclusion: the reality you seek already exists, within you. If you've made it this far, something inside you already knows: your reality is not a reflection of chance, but a mirror of your vibration. And most importantly, you don't need permission to change. You just need awareness and courage. In this video, you discovered what Tesla tried to warn us about: that everything is frequency. That your vibration isn't just a spiritual detail, but the invisible gear behind everything you attract. You saw how important thoughts and words are, but that it's emotion, feeling, and coherent action that truly shape the quantum field. We talked about the old you, about the inherited blocks, about the doubt, fear, and trauma that silently control what you emit. And you learned that you don't have to be perfect to begin, you just need to be willing to clean your antenna, to tune your frequency, to act like someone who is already connected to what they desire. We also saw real-life examples. Ordinary people like Chris, Lena, Tyler, and Jasmine, who didn't wait for life to change to get started. They changed from within and life responded. Because that's how the universe works, it doesn't deliver what you ask for with your lips, but what you sustain with your energy. Now the next step is yours. You can go back to automatic and pretend you didn't see any of this, or you can accept the silent invitation this video gave you, the invitation to awaken. Tesla was not forgotten. He was understood by few. Because the language he spoke was not just scientific, it was vibrational. And only those who feel it understand. Everything you desire already exists in some timeline. The only question is, are you vibrating at the same frequency as that reality? There's no magic formula. But there is a path. A path that begins with an internal choice. An intimate decision to leave survival mode and enter creation mode. A decision to stop repeating patterns and start emitting a new signal. And if you've followed me this far, it's because this calling is already echoing within you. You know you were born for more. You sense something greater exists. You're not hearing this by chance. Maybe the world around you haven't changed yet, maybe no one around you understands what you're feeling. But that's okay. Awakening is lonely at first, until you meet others who have also decided to wake up. You're part of it. You are part of this silent and powerful movement of vibrational transformation that's happening in the world right now. And every small change you make within yourself activates a wave of transformation that goes far beyond you. So, take a deep breath, and remember, change doesn't start when things get better. Things get better when you start changing. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for future ones. The journey of vibrational reprogramming is ongoing, and together, it becomes lighter, more powerful, more real. Comment here which of the techniques you will apply first. This shows the universe that you are ready to receive everything that is already yours.